Welcome back, everyone, to the new episode of Together for Sharon podcast. I'm Sharon's son, George. Along with me is my wife, Greta, Sharon's daughter-in-law, and we were my mother's caretakers after she was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Unfortunately, she passed on 1/1/2020, but we started togetherforsharon.com in her memory. Today's guest is someone who not only inspires me, but encourages me to get up and dance. And I really, every time I see her, I smile, and that's something that is important at any time, whether it's going through struggles, Parkinson diagnosis or caregiving. It's just a message that really, to me, reaches the world. So just wanted to welcome you, Rachelle, and it's just an honor to have you with us today.
Thank you so much. I am honored to be here.
Yeah. Welcome, Rachelle. We're really, really happy to have you here and that you accepted. I saw some of your videos and your energy is so beautiful, and it definitely, I feel like online a lot of times people's energy really isn't captured how it is in person, but yours just radiates right through the screen. Like you can feel happy, you can feel your energy. But tell me more about your background.
Um, well, let's see. I've always loved to move as far as I can remember since I was little bitty. I used to do cartwheels and handstands and backflips and all kinds of crazy things. Um, and in high school, I'm from Dallas, and the Dallas Cowboys are a big deal. And there's all kinds of entertainment that happens during halftime. And I was actually on a drill team, and we did a little march dance thing and a Cowboys game. So that was exciting for me at the time, many moons ago. And
They
when
have
I
a,
was,
no,
uh,
they have a show now on Netflix too, Dallas Cowboys. So
oh, well,
Right.
that's not me anymore. I can tell you
you
that.
look like you're doing better than a lot of them. So
Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, um, so then when I was in college, I completely fell in love with dance. And that's pretty much what I concentrated on was dancing. And we were really lucky. I went to the University of New Mexico, and in the dance department, it hadn't really formed yet. So we were kind of just, I don't know, we called ourselves the dance department, and we were exposed to all this wonderful postmodern dance with a lot of creativity, improvisation, like Pilobolus and Trish Brown, and I can name a whole bunch of people, and that was really terrific. And I said to myself after I left college, I said, well, I don't think I'm going to be on Broadway, but I love working with people. And I went to dance therapy school. I just thought that was a great fit. After a while, I spent some time just, taking dance classes and dancing, and followed certain people that I really admired. And from dance therapy school, I've worked with all kinds of different people until it brought me to work with people with Parkinson's disease. And all I can say is that I have loved every second of it. I love everything about it. The community is exquisite. I could not ask for a better place to be in my life than working with these people. It's just an honor, truly.
That's beautiful. But
Yeah.
yeah, you were a pioneer in your dancing at the school at University of New Mexico, because yeah, the department probably didn't exist, and to really go down dance therapy is such a unique path too that you don't really often hear about. You hear about music therapy, you hear about like animal therapy even,
Yeah.
but dance therapy, I feel like it's a little bit forgotten,
Yeah.
and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm lucky I was raised in Brooklyn, New York, so my mother's passion was Broadway. So she took me as a little child to Memory to see a
Yeah.
cat and Ben and
Uh-huh.
Fiddler, and so I really admire again not just the arts but the dance. So I thank you for that. Uh, One thing is, does an individual, first of all, how did you kind of learn about the Parkinson's world, and also, is there any special type of training for specifically Parkinson dancing? Because we dance, but I can't say it's for everybody. My wife's Cuban, so we love the Cuban music.
Hey, you can use Cuban music. I use all kinds of music, but um, I got into what brought me to working with Parkinson's was that I have a relative who I grew up with who's about a year younger than I am. And I hadn't seen her in a long, long time. And when I saw her, she was just diagnosed with Parkinson's. And it truly just broke my heart. And since then, another friend of mine was diagnosed with Parkinson's. And I just felt like, oh my God, I got to do something. This is not okay. So I volunteered some classes to teach some classes in the area. I found a group just on Facebook online that was a local group, and I contacted them. They said, sure, come teach. So I taught about 5 classes, and then after I taught those classes, I met with this wonderful woman, Nancy Eson, and she said, you know, we would like to send you to study with the Mark Morris Dance Group. They have an amazing Dance for PD program. And I thought, in Brooklyn, I thought, well, sure, I'm going to try this out. Why not? It was interesting too, because honestly, I thought to myself, wow, they are sending me for this training. Is this something I really want to do? I wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure. But boy, did it open up a beautiful world for me. So I was trained with, you know, David Leventhal and all his teachers and people. This was about 7 years ago. And they're so wonderful and, you know, just amazing. And while I was there doing one of the trainings, there was a woman there. Her name was Christina Soriano. She does something called improvement. And I said to myself, wow, I love the way she teaches. That's like right up my alley. And I kind of was taking her classes online, and then COVID happened. I had actually signed up to go to North Carolina to study with her, but then COVID happened, so I did it online. And then after I took a bunch of classes, she said, I'm doing a beginning training. I thought, well, okay, I'll do that. And then she goes, now I'm doing an advanced training to get certified. And I said, do I really want to do this, to be committed to this? But anyway, I said, why not? I've done this whole time. I might as well just jump in and do it. And I did. And I truly love it. I use what she has taught me quite a bit, which is wonderful.
I had the honor, thank you actually mentioned David. I met him a few months ago because we live near the Boca Raton Ballet and we support them tremendously. They have a program for people with
Uh-huh.
Parkinson's, so that was a great moment. He'll be on the show too in the future, but I
Uh-huh.
really, you know, we'll get into social media later, but I just admire what you do on there because it also, you know, I feel like no matter who you are, where you are, what age, you feel like jumping up and joining you while you're dancing. That's what it gets to me.
You know, Rachelle, I also really admire how you're a continual learner, a lifelong learner. Even though you've been doing this since you were so young, you continually seek out new methods and new strategies and new ways to improve and help others. And I
Yeah.
think that's really beautiful. Tell me
That's,
more about your classes and
well, let's see. My classes, um, well, first of all, I'm going to start out with saying I love music. And I listen to a lot of music. So I can say over the last 7 years, I have never repeated a playlist once because I like to
wow.
switch everything up and change it up and make it new and fresh and fun and exciting. And usually I start out, well, I can just go through the whole thing. I'll try. So we start out, everybody stretches and everything, and then I kind of bring people into just themselves. And I'll do a little quiet, um, you know, body scan relaxation for a bit. But then after we do that, I do all these different kinds of body sensations. But what really gets people is I have people stretch and close their eye and open and big, and then, but what happens with a big smile is that I go, okay, leave your hands there and give everybody a big hello, like that. and give somebody else a different hello. And then somebody else and somebody else, and go around and do sounds and movements and say hello, 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 crazy. Tell the whole world hello. And everybody just, these smiles are big, and their bodies are big, and it's wonderful. And then I do a lot of seated movement. I like to, of course, work the whole body, head to toe. And when I do that, it's kind of like I have a bank in my head. I have a lot of exercises in my brain, and I just pull them out here and there. And, I've got my dance therapy training in there that tries to bring people together and interact with one another, whether you're reaching for someone or reaching side or something like that. Take somebody's movement, let them not know that you're doing that, just all kinds of different fun things and interacting. And at the end of class, sometimes I do plies, which is, if you walked into my class and see people doing plies behind their chair, standing up, you would never know that Parkinson's exists. Their posture is long and tall. They're really just being the best version of themselves. I think they almost forget they have Parkinson's. They look really, if you walked in, you would be amazed. Seriously. You should come visit me sometime.
Yeah, that would be fun. That would be
I
so
would
much
love for
fun.
you to. And then after that, I do all kinds of different things. I'll either do like a creative movement, improvisation, have people work together in groups, or I might just do what you usually do when you take dance, which is do movements across the floor, like have them in line, and and I always stress that put your personality into it, get creative. I mean, this is it, this is you. It doesn't matter right or wrong, it doesn't matter, just get yourself into it. And we always end in a circle, which I learned from David. So we hold hands, and then each person bows to one another all the way around the circle. It's a beautiful ending. And I have them put one hand on their belly, one hand behind, bend forward, and everybody claps, bravo, they did such a great job, and it's lovely. I love to see them leave. Well, I don't love to see them leave. What I meant was they come in differently than they do when they leave. And when they leave, they're feeling good, they're up.
Yeah, they really get a chance to connect with you, connect with each other, connect with themselves, to be silly, to be expressive, and to be beautiful, which is nice.
Yes, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, I think they're all seeing themselves in a different light that they probably never did before.
Yeah.
Through all these exercises.
Yeah.
Sounds nice.
And I love to see the relationships that have been formed in the group. And
that's what it's about, connection, yeah.
And I'm extraordinarily attached to everybody too. I mean, I've seen people from day one for 7 years, so it's wonderful.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to share a little more information, but as I do that, you kind of mentioned what you like people to get out of the class. Are you planning any new and upcoming classes or ideas that maybe not top secret?
Uh-oh, bless you. Whoops, something happened.
Yeah, you should be seeing yourself. I know it's.
Oh, I do. Oh, that's what it is. I'm like, oh God, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah. Do I have anything coming up? Whoops.
Yeah. If you, I'm just going to go through this in a minute, but if you want, do you have any things you're planning for the future, like coming up with new classes or any?
Okay. Well, actually, I was really happy to say that I was just teaching at the Saratoga Performing Arts Center, which is an amazing place. I used to teach at the Dance Museum there for years, and then it closed down. And then I just finished a 6-week class there, which was great. I'm hoping to do that again in the fall. I've always had in my mind that I was going to choreograph and perform it. I haven't done that just yet, but I don't know. Sometimes I work with my dancers and my students, and I'm like, okay, we're doing this dance. This is what we're doing. And so I have it all in my head. I just haven't put it out really into the world yet.
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to thank you and everyone. Please visit togetherforsharon.com. If you click interviews, you'll see the interview we had actually, and it's amazing. I always scroll down and see how long we've known each other. This was all the way back last year. So it's amazing how time goes, but you can see more in depth on Rachelle and also more about her. You can see the links too on how to reach her, which is very important. Then I wanted to share an important area, which I think I hope already did, but subscribe, but please subscribe to her YouTube channel where you'll see some of the most exciting videos. And let's try and see if we could see one.
Welcome to Dance Beyond Parkinson's. I'm Rachelle. Thank you so much for joining me today. Just make sure that the space around you is clear. You can do this sitting or standing.
And we're just gonna go for, oh, let's see. How about a rock, paper, scissors? Little dance in between. A rock, a paper, a scissors. Little dance in between. How about with both hands? Here we go. We got rock, paper, scissors. Let's try it again. Rock, paper, scissors. Maybe different levels. Rock, paper, scissors. Maybe different. Rock, paper, scissors. How fast can we do that? Here we go. Yeah. And slower. A rock, a paper.
One thing I love is that it is something that everyone can do. So it's not, too difficult, and even someone with 3 back surgeries can jump in. I
There
also
you
want to
go.
share how you're very well known in the community. I did a lot of research, so this wasn't just kind of winging it, but I saw you were affiliated with a lot of really important organizations, and here you can see, how to reach out. Also, you have virtual, which I love, and there's a lot of articles too out there on Rachelle. So if you do want to look more into Dance Beyond Parkinson's program, it's very important to do some research, but also you'll see how incredible it can do to really slow the progression of Parkinson's. And finally, just a lot of articles, and here are some of the times. Some of them might be outdated. Actually, this one looks like it's perfect, but please, again, join her. And she's also on Instagram. Maybe you could share some of the best ways to reach you, and then we'll keep going. I have so many more questions. I hope we have time.
Yeah,
Okay.
Rachelle, I
Yeah.
love your energy and how beautiful you are. And where do you draw inspiration from for so many videos, so much content, so many classes? Where's the root of all your inspiration and energy? Where does it come from? I know it's a tough one, but you are such a light that,
You know what? I personally, I just love to dance. I love to move. You put music on, and I'm out there doing my thing. As a matter of fact, people were laughing at me because I just got back from the Montreal Jazz Fest. And when we were going through the border crossing, we were waiting there for like forever, for like, I don't know, way over an hour. So I was walking outside back and forth. I decided I was going to dance. So I got out of the car and I was right in the middle of the highway and I started doing a little something. And, it helped pass the time sitting in line in a car. So anyway,
Yeah.
I love to dance and I love being with people. I mean, really. And of course, I like helping people. Of
Yeah.
course.
I think every particle in your being just responds to music and it makes you move. That's really sweet and cute.
Yeah.
Do
I love
you have any other areas that we didn't touch on that you wanted to discuss? Otherwise, we're going to get to a fun time and more about Rachelle.
Okay, I just want to do one
Sure.
more thing.
Please, take your time.
I think you had interviewed Paul Tonko about the law that was passed, and I was in on that meeting with Paul Tonko, which was very exciting for me. I
Mhm.
really enjoyed that, and
That's
just to have a
been-
dancer there was pretty cool. So I was happy about that.
No, I appreciate all your work, and that's the National Plan to End Parkinson's Disease, which I always say we're through history where it's now officially law. But I still feel that work actually now starts as a lawyer working in politics in the past and in in the field and research and police. The work really starts after it's signed because we have to be on top of the political figures and representatives to now implement it. So I'm really excited, but cautious to see, where it's going to go next. So definitely everyone listening, please share this. You have to support Dance Beyond, also Rachelle, and subscribe because I don't want to, that should be like 3 million viewers by the time we're done. So
Yeah.
we got to keep going. So now I'm
Yeah.
going to move to a few other areas and Greta, jump in anytime you have questions, but can you list 3 words that might describe who you are? No
Me?
pressure. Yeah.
That's nice. I
This
like,
is the Rachelle show. So that's
yeah.
God.
I can tell you all about Greta's best 3 qualities. You have to.
Oh no, let's not go there.
3 words. Okay. 3 words that describes me.
Yep.
Just 3 words.
We could go
Love
longer.
my
We might.
dog.
We
No. Hmm. Uh,
can skip to the next one if you want to
oh,
come.
that's so hard. I can't do that. Oh
All right.
gosh.
This one might be tougher. You ready? What is one
Oh
moment?
no. Go ahead.
You need the drum roll, but one moment and one most memorable moment that stands out through all of your work so far with awareness. Do you have one special moment? I never stomped everyone 2 times, so
You know what? I don't have one special moment.
that's a great answer.
I every moment that I am moving with my dancers and spend time with them every week is so special to me. So,
That's why we ask these questions because that's an incredible answer. One thing I always want to know as before we started is how'd you find Instagram and why did you decide to start, dancing? Because like I said, I see it and it kind of shines over. No offense to everyone out there in the Instagram world, but yours stand out to me, and that's why I'm always sharing them because I might be going through something my own struggle with my back or family, and I see that and it makes me smile, and then I share it. So. What was it? I mean, are you on TikTok too, or is it mainly Instagram or?
I'm not on TikTok. I'm on mostly Instagram, and I share it to Facebook, and I do it on YouTube too, but it takes me a while to put my videos up, so they're a little behind on YouTube. But gosh, I don't know. I think it was probably maybe during COVID, I guess, where everybody was home and and I taught on Zoom at home, and I just thought I would, you know, I would, and yeah, and I taught on Zoom, and so I just thought I would put it up on Instagram, and so
It worked. How do you think we can better promote Parkinson's awareness? My big thing is teaming up like we have in the past and today. I think our voices together are so much stronger. But do you have any ideas on how we can get your message throughout the world? Because as everyone listening knows, this is not just a disease that affects individuals in the US. It's 1 million approximately, and it's growing quickly, but it's 10 million around the world. So we need to make your organization global. So what are your ideas on that? I should have sent you them before, but that's the fun part. That wouldn't be fun.
me. Well, obviously, Congressman, it starts with every individual, whatever anybody can do to promote it, whether it be write a letter or volunteer or bring a meal to somebody, spread the word about how to, get rid of this disease, for heaven's sakes. I mean, I wish there was an answer.
No, that's great. And then here's a big one is someone out there likely is listening, and please share this again for awareness and hope for a cure. But what if they're sitting there thinking, they're interested and curious, they saw your videos, but now they're not sure to take the leap if they should join in, and obviously they're at their own home, which is great. How do we get their attention to now start joining in, join your sessions, and also share it with their friends?
Well, I would say, well, if you're at home just watching them, nobody's gonna see you, number one. Um,
I just did
and
one
I,
while
Love
we were
that.
talking.
and I always say, just crank up the music and dance. Just what's your favorite music? Dance to it, feel the rhythm, start moving a little bit, maybe let it grow a little bit. How far can it go, Or, um, yeah, just have fun on your own with the music. And I would love for more people to join me, more people to see the videos, um, with the intention that it's fun and it's also healing. So there's a lot that people can get from moving. Better balance, more flexibility, just feeling
Happiness.
alive, feeling
Yeah,
alive. Yeah.
I
yes, I
think
agree.
music saves the world. Unfortunately, they cut a lot of it in education, which I don't agree with. But our daughter takes piano. My mother's piano still in our home. So when my daughter plays, it almost makes me cry because it's like my mother's still here, and I play guitar my whole life, but just for fun. And we argue all day about what music to play in our office, from classical to jazz to techno the other day because I need to wake up. And
Yeah.
that's why I like what you do because you do kind of change it up. It's not just one genre, it's all different. So there's something for everybody. That's what I feel like we're selling something, but we're not.
George, we used to have dance parties, remember, in the office?
Yeah, we work 12-hour
A
day.
long
And
time
the
ago.
only thing that gets us going is to dance and,
Yeah,
smile. That's why I think individuals with Parkinson's also, their caregivers should definitely get involved with this and follow you and join you on this journey.
yeah,
Absolutely. And my classes, the care partners are always part of the group.
right.
I've had grandkids come in and, sisters and brothers, and it's a whole, it can be a whole family
Yeah.
event.
Here's a
Rachel, I don't know if we got to it, but what is the most exciting part for you teaching individuals with Parkinson's?
Well, I really do think it is seeing the relationships that are formed with each other. I know I said that before, but that feels exciting to me. And it's also exciting to me that um, my students are so open. They're so open and they're so up for any little thing I would do, so creative, they just jump right in. There are like no stops, really.
I love that answer. Yeah, because they're creating that sense of community and support for each other because only they understand what they're going through. And it's really important to have somebody who understands at a fundamental level what you're actually struggling with.
Yeah, and they're free enough because they know they're not alone.
Yeah,
You know, even something about moving rhythmically together, you are connected. You're a part of. So,
I agree.
yeah.
I agree.
I mean,
That's beautiful.
the message you just said is exactly why we do what we do is that no one's alone. So that's why it's actually nice because when you have dancing and they see you and you're doing it, it's like they could participate. And now, even at home, if you're alone, you're not really alone physically. So I can't do that. I can just talk to people, but I can't. So that's why I love what you do. If you're, here's a tough one, you're not going to like this one. If
Oh
you,
gosh, go ahead.
and we can make this a ballet, but if you were asked to write a script to a movie about your life story, what would you call it? Probably
That's a
Dance
good one.
Beyond Parkinson's, right?
What would I call it? Oh my God. Oh, I have to think about that. I would call it my
Oh,
life script. Uh From Tiptoes to Funk.
I love it. That's great. It's original.
Love it. Yeah, it is.
Well, as we wrap up, I just wanted to thank you again. I'm not sure if Greta, do you have any further questions or?
I wanted to thank you, Rachelle, for coming on with us. I knew this was going to be so much fun. You are a light in this world and to many people, too, everybody that you come in contact with, and even people who you don't come in contact with who just access your videos. Thank you so much for coming on.
And we
Thank
have
you.
Before I ask leave us with a little final message, can you, do you have a message you could leave the Parkinson's community today with some encouraging words?
There is hope. There is hope. Yeah.
If you don't believe it, just, follow Rachelle and see her videos, and she gives me hope every day, whether it's from the hospital bed to the house, regular bed. So I
I
really,
cannot believe you. Oh my goodness.
I
well,
know.
we got to keep fighting no matter what. Like I said, unfortunately, we went through this with my mother, but every time I see someone else like you inspiring me, I feel like we have to keep this going until we find a cure. So thanks for all you do. It's a little message to you and everyone listening. We love you. We support you. We care a lot about you. And as Rachelle said, you're never alone. I, along to your side, will advocate for you. And together, our voices are so much stronger. And I always say I'm just getting started because, like I said, maybe we'll hang up for now and this will not end because until the disease is cured, we have to keep fighting. But I'll happen to just one day, maybe 2 days, I'll see your video and it'll just inspire me and smile and make me want to jump up and get down. So thanks for that.
All right. Get up to get down.
And get back up again, please. No, just.
I love it.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us. And again, everyone, please support Dance Beyond Parkinson's. Please see her interview at Together for Sharon. Please go to her, not just her YouTube videos on the YouTube and also her Instagram, or follow me. And I'll definitely direct you to her because we share all of her stuff. So again, I want to thank you all out there listening. This has been another episode of actually Together for Sharon podcast as opposed to Q&A. And this is, I'm Sharon's son, George, along with my wife, and we send our love and support to everyone. We can't say goodbye because again, this fight can't stop till we find a cure. So all those out there listening, again, please, right after we log out, go to dance. You might just start now. There's no reason to wait. I'm going to go do it. So thank you.
So
Thanks.
great seeing you in person. So nice meeting you too. Thank you so much for having me.
Anytime we'll meet again, I have a very good feeling. So thank
I
you.
hope so.
Thank you.